Hey everyone, today I am shutting down the OA Deals leads list. It's been an absolute blast providing hundreds of Amazon sellers with online arbitrage leads for the last 5 years, but I've made the difficult decision to shut it down. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the reasons why, as well as my thoughts on selling on Amazon in 2025. Is it still viable, and should you continue doing it? The reason we started OA Deals in the first place was because of our own Amazon selling, and that's changed a lot over the years. So let me take you guys back to the beginning. We started off in 2016 with a budget of $500, and we were able to scale that all the way to a $2.5 million business in 2021. Now, I consider this time period to almost be like the golden age of selling on Amazon. Amazon has the customers, they have the infrastructure, and in my opinion, it was by far the best selling platform for e-commerce sellers on the internet. Since then, I don't feel it's as much of a highly profitable business model, and I think that other platforms have caught up, and this is for a couple of reasons. The first being increased Amazon fees. So when we got started, I was looking back at our old profit and loss, and our Amazon FBA fees were about 26% of our total sales volume. So that means for every $100,000 we sold, off the top, Amazon was taking about $26,000 of that 100K. Fast forward to our most recent full year 2024, and we've now started doing merchant fulfilled as well as a way to mitigate fees. And between our Amazon FBA fees and merchant fulfilled shipping, that was about 41% of our total sales, meaning for every $100,000 we sell on the platform, we are paying $41,000 to either Amazon FBA fees or merchant fulfilled shipping. And the crazy thing is we are actually sourcing better inventory today than we were back in 2016 to 2021. Our cost of goods sold as a percentage is lower than what it was then. However, our margins have still shrunk because we've had to absorb these added Amazon fees. And the other thing is just the increased cost of doing business. Operating expenses are much higher due to inflation, as well as there just being a lot more maturity in the Amazon selling market. There's a lot more tools, software available, which is great that we have all of this data, but it does come at a cost. So moving forward in 2025 and beyond, I'm now doing a few different things. I am still doing UGC and the Amazon Influencer Program, so I worked on that a ton in 2024, and that still pays me every month, even if I don't work on it, which is really, really nice. But more so, my fiance Morgan, she's been taking over more of that business, and I've been working on still reselling, but I'm doing it through a number of different channels now. I've actually been working through my death pile in the last couple months selling on eBay, and we've managed to do about $11,000 in sales on eBay in the past about 45 days. And that's just listing stuff that I already have. I've even gone out and sourced a couple of times at the thrift store and at some yard sales, and it's been a ton of fun. There is no return that is better than eBay. You can literally buy things for a couple dollars, flip them for hundreds of dollars. So it's really exciting. I would say sourcing for eBay is honestly a lot more fun than sourcing for Amazon. And like I showed, I'm still selling on Amazon very passively, and I'm also selling on Walmart. Walmart is kind of similar to what Amazon was years ago. I don't think the demand or the software is quite the same, but if you're looking for something that's like Amazon, Walmart is the way to go. Just the other day, I scanned the Walmart clearance section in store when I was there anyway for about 15 minutes, found an $80 item that I was able to flip next day for $150, made a quick $50 profit. So that type of thing, that used to be very common on Amazon. I don't see that as much with Amazon anymore, but Walmart, there's a ton of opportunity. So right now doing Walmart, Amazon, and eBay for reselling, and still doing UGC on the side. So you might be wondering, if I'm still selling on Amazon, why shut down the leads list? Well, quite frankly, it is no longer profitable. So in addition to my own selling, we've been seeing a lot of other sellers leave the Amazon platform. So there's just not enough demand anymore for a leads list. We just had a lot of people cancel, and we always ask when they cancel, why they're canceling. And 9 times out of 10, the reason we get is, hey, I'm no longer selling on Amazon. So it's just the nature of business. We're in business to make money, And we are, quite frankly, we're paying our team more than the revenue that we were bringing in. So it was no longer sustainable. Sure, I could have gotten out there and promoted it more, and definitely brought in more subscribers. I may have been able to keep it going for sure. But where we're not 100% full steam, all in committed to selling on Amazon anymore, like we were when we started the leads list, I just don't feel like continuing to put my energy and effort into promoting the lists. I still think you can use the list to make money, and I do think that if you are using it correctly, it can be a profitable product. But that is honestly the most difficult part. Is most people buy the leads list and then they'll open it for the first week, but then eventually they get busy with other things and they unfortunately cancel, because if you're not buying the products, then you can't sell anything. So a leads list can only be valuable if you're actually using it and sourcing inventory off of the list. So is OA Deals officially over? Well, yes and no. So I approached my VA team and let them know that we are shutting things down. And a group of them actually came to me and said, hey, we would like to actually take over the list and continue running it as our own leads list. Can you refer your customers over to our new leads list? And I just said, hey, why don't I give you guys the leads list? They're going to rebrand it as their own list, but it's the same team that I trained and worked with me for over 5 years. So they are very well versed in sourcing online arbitrage for Amazon. And so if you are still interested in the OA Deals leads list, you are going to want to get their leads list because it is the same exact thing. I haven't personally been involved with the sourcing of any products for years now. So if you like the quality and standard of the OA Deals leads list, you're going to want to join their list. It's called OA Champ. And our existing subscribers are going to get moved over to the new leads list. So if you want to leave because I'm no longer involved, that's totally understandable and totally fine. But if you want to keep receiving the same quality leads, you can join their list, and they are great people. And I think it's probably the only leads list in the industry that is 100% owned by virtual assistants. So there's a bunch of leads lists out there. You guys know what they are. And there's usually a owner such as myself or another Amazon seller that is basically the face of the company, and they are all taking money off of the top. Well, this is going 100% to the VAs. So these VAs, they are great people. They work really, really hard. So if you get a spot on their list, all of the proceeds go to them. It's 100% VA owned. And just selfishly, I made a deal with my VAs that they would allow me to continue being a member of the list for free, so I could still source for Amazon. And I've even been doing some Walmart sourcing off of the leads list, found some really good products for Walmart that way. So I'm still going to be involved as a member, but no longer running the day-to-day operations or the list. So that concludes today's video. So again, whether you've been a subscriber for the entire 5 years of the list or you just hopped on a leads list for 1 month, thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting my small business and our team. It has been an absolute pleasure to grow this leads list business from where I just had an Instagram and I was posting a few free leads per day, all the way up to having 5 lists, hundreds of subscribers, and providing the Amazon community with tens of thousands of OA leads. It has been a great journey. So thank you. And you're still going to see me around. I'm still reselling. And I really just feel like I'm scratching the surface on this e-commerce business. So thank you, and I will see you guys in the next video.